Soy yo, Maharaj, Ananta Krishna, Dandavas Pranams. Solo que no se cambió mi cuenta y no tuve tiempo.
El joven de Guadalajara está estudiando aviación.
Ah, ok.
¿Dónde vas a hacer aquí?
Rasa Raj, Dandavad. Dandavad.
Dandavad, Maharaj. Dandavad. Está Jai Balai? Oh, Acharya Ratna, Dandavad.
Mi reverencia, Maharaj, mis reverencias a sus pies, te voy a saludar, dando a pranam a todos los devotos. Dandavad.
Ya iba la pero ahorita lo saludamos, pero no sé si está ahí. Aquí está, ya se puso en la computadora. Está sin sonido, ya iba ahí.
Sin sonido. Jai Balai,
Sí. Dandavad, Maharaj.
Dandavad. Todavía
Buenos
tienes.
días.
Buenos días. ¿Todavía tienes tu entrada en los Estados Unidos?
No, Maharaj.
¿Ah?
Ya, se me venció la visa en el 2020.
¿2000 qué?
En el 2020 terminó mi visa.
No entendí la fecha cuando
Sí, no tengo visa.
2020. En
2020.
el 2020 se le venció su visa. ¿Y cómo le haces para cruzar para el otro lado?
No puede.
Sí, creo que no están dando visas ahorita, sino hasta el 2023.
¿No?
No, tengo entendido que no, Maharaj.
Qué absurdo. Pinche gringos. Siempre con sus políticas.
Sí. Entonces tengo que esperar.
Supuestamente con Trump ellos estaban muy en contra de los inmigrantes, y ya que tienen nuevo, que es el más bondadoso, el más bueno de todos, y es la misma política.
Sí.
La cosa no cambia. Y tampoco dejan Pitambar entrar. Entonces, ya no dejan a ti, no dejan a Ashamar, no dejan a Pitambar. Bueno, Arjuna, ¿cómo andas ahí?
¿Cómo llegó de su viaje?
Pues comenzaba de caminar y pedir aventón desde hace 4 días y al fin llegué ayer.
Bueno, Gurudev, así son las cosas. Era un viaje muy largo, Gurudev, como quiera.
Sí, por tierra es largo.
Dandavad Shilasa Maharaj.
Dandavad Sarjun Prabhu.
No,
Ya iba la Prabhu Dandavad.
Sí, Dandavad.
no, ayer volé con Volaris y hasta llegamos aquí en California 20 minutos temprano.
Ok.
Entonces, voy a tratar de hacer como Jai Balai, conseguir una tarjeta de Volaris, ¿no?
Sí.
Y Jai Balai, que después tú puedes, o me puedes escribir y me puedes decir los beneficios de eso.
Sí, como Sí, Maharaj. Claro que sí.
Y estás trabajando en el Bhagavad Gita con Ashramars, ¿no?
Sí, claro que sí. Sí, queremos apresurar el paso.
Pues, yo estaba con Ashramars ahí en Guadalajara, tú estabas con él en Tikú. Y la cosa fue muy estática.
Sí, para mí también, Maharaj. Muy contento de estar en Tikul.
Y el día antes de viajar a Monterrey y después a Guadalajara, yo terminé con el Chaitanya Bhagavad en inglés. Leímos la última parte del libro.
Sí, Maharaj.
Entonces ya...
I think, Maharaj, I think we need to speak in English because there is so many some devotees in English also.
Oh yeah, I keep on forgetting that Sunday's program is in English, and I'm thinking it's in Spanish. Okay.
I also forgot.
So anyway, I was very happy to be with Ashramars in Mexico. A few days with him in Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, and then after that, Ashramars flew to Merida and Tikul, where he celebrated his appearance day on the 4th of March, and we celebrated his appearance day. I stayed in Monterey for a week, and we celebrated his appearance day with Advaita, with Arjuna and all the devotees there. It was really super nice. And then time's up. Stuttering too much. Ashamars was with us 3 days, I believe, in Monterrey once I got there. He was there earlier. And then he went to Merida and Tikul, and Jai Balai was with him there. And it was really a nice program, both in Tikul, and I celebrated his appearance day in Monterey. Then I flew to Guadalajara with Pitambar and the devotees there, and Ashramars arrived, and he arrived on the 7th of March. So he'd already celebrated his appearance day in Tikul, but on the 8th of March is actually his solar birthday. So about 50 devotees arrived to Guadalajara. We had a huge festival there in Guadalajara. It was super nice with all the devotees that came from all over Mexico, and also Prema Sundari and Dwija Hari. They were in Tikul before. They flew from Colombia to Mexico City, then to Merida, and then they flew from Merida to Guadalajara. And we had a really, nice time. But what I was also saying about the books is that I finished the Chaitanya Bhagavad before I started. And then I'm kind of waiting for after Gaur Purnima, which will be this coming Friday. Is it Friday or Saturday? Friday. It's on Friday. So when I start reading again in the morning, I'm going to I think I'll start reading the Prapana Jivanamrita. That's what we started. That's what Ashramars started in Spanish in Guadalajara, and he'll be continuing reading every morning from the Spanish Prapana Jivanamrita. And when I start, I'll read from the English Prapana Jivanamrita, and we'll comment on that. It's very, very beautiful, and very thankful that Shripad Bhaktiananda Sagar Maharaj, that he translated that Prapana Jivanamrita from Bengali to Spanish. So I'll start that. In the meantime, I also wanted to announce that tonight we'll start with the virtual parikramas on Facebook. I don't know about doing Zoom also. Maybe we can try and do both Facebook and Zoom. But I'll be starting the virtual parikramas tonight. We always do them at night because we have to show projections and everything. I'll see how we do that. But that'll be starting at 7, and if we're late, it'll start at 7:30 our time. And 7 o'clock our time means 8 o'clock Mexico and 9 o'clock Colombia, and I don't know other times, because they've changed the clocks again. In California now, the clocks are 1 hour ahead. And in a couple of weeks, the clocks will go an hour ahead in Mexico also. It's kind of a practice that they do every year. In March, they push the clocks ahead. So before woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, now you woke up at 4 o'clock. So one sense is good because it forces us to wake up earlier. Not so bad, you know. I just noticed that it's hard to adjust, just like clicking your fingers, that all of a sudden it becomes an hour, everything becomes an hour, like instead of being, 7 in the morning, it's now 6 in the morning. It's kind of a little strange. Jai Bulai, have they changed the clocks in Tijuana also?
Yes, Maharaj, 1 hour ahead now.
Yeah. So now, for instance, now it would normally be 7:25 for me, and now with 1 hour ahead, like Jai Balai is saying, it's 8:25.
Yes.
So,
yes, Maharaj.
So why am I saying it's earlier? Because it's 8:25 used to be 7:25. You say that's an hour later. Well, it doesn't really work that way. It works out that instead of getting up before you were getting up at 5 o'clock, now if you look at the clock, it's 6 o'clock, so you're late. So, and it's like that it's also like that for Praneshwari. She's in Florida. They push the clocks ahead today. Dhanyavad. Is Nariha Maharaj here?
He just left, so he will be back. He's supposed to come for this meeting.
Okay. And where are you now?
I'm in Australia, sir.
You're in Perth, Australia. Okay. And where are you originally from?
I'm from Mauritius.
Mauritius. When did you go to Australia?
15 years before?
Huh?
15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh. So, Ravindra Krishna, who was the devotee? Who were the devotees in Mauritius? Then we did initiation for Acharya Maharaj.
Oh.
And there was some lady from Mauritius. Maybe now she might be in Singapore, but she's from Mauritius.
Satyabhama Didi. Oh, yeah.
Who is that? Satyabhama. And where is she now? She's in Singapore.
Yes, Maharaj.
And she stays in Singapore all the time then?
Yes, Maharaj, she's our neighbor. She's like 10 minutes away from us.
Okay, all right.
Yes. She comes for a program every time.
Okay. So then I spoke with the Acharya Ratna, and I said, now the clocks are pushed ahead, so if if we go on this schedule every week, then starting an hour for me, now it becomes starting at 7, starting at 8, then it goes into our Sunday program. So I suggested maybe we start an hour earlier, which works a little better for Singapore because it's so late at night there for you. What time is it now?
11:29, Maharaj. 11:30.
Well, even with an hour earlier, it's still too late. But anyway, at least we start an hour earlier for you. It'll be better.
No, Maharaj. It's okay. We are fine.
Okay, so next week.
Your comfort, Maharaj. Yeah, okay.
Next week, instead of starting at, what time did we start last week or this week for you?
We started at 11 actually.
Okay, so I think next week for you we'll start at 10. 10 it's not much better, huh? It's not so much better.
It's fine. It's really fine with us.
Okay.
It's fine, really. No, don't have to change.
Okay.
Yes, Maharaj.
All right. Dhanyavad. So then we're going to... So I'm thinking, Chinmoy Dev, we're going to start the virtual parikramas tonight.
Okay.
And it'll start at, I say 7, but it may work 7:30 till we set up.
Sure.
So, but will you maybe be able to be here tonight?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. 10:05. Morales coming though too.
Yeah, you said he was.
Okay.
All right. Done.
Okay, great.
So tonight we'll start the virtual parikramas. We'll do them, I'm going to do them on Facebook. I'll try to do them on Zoom also. But if we start at 7 o'clock at night, what time will it be in Singapore?
What time is it?
What time is it now?
Right now it's 8:30. 8:30 in the morning.
Wow, we are 11:30 at night.
So
It's 11:30 at night there. So when I start at 7 in the morning, it's going to be 10 in the morning your time. 10 in the morning.
no, 10 at night.
10 at night, Maharaj.
No, it won't be. Because I'll be starting at 7 at night here. 7 at night. So it's going to be 10 in the morning for you.
Yes, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
Perfect.
Okay. So that'll be our virtual parikramas. Now we may be late, because we always say something and they're always late, but we're supposed to start at 7. Maybe we start a little bit late, but it'll be 10 o'clock Singapore time. And, yeah.
Good, Maharaj. All good. Nice.
But we're going to do the virtual parikramas like we did them originally in Navadip. The first day will be Antardvip or Mayapur and Samantadvip, Rudradvip. Then the second day will be Kuladvip. The third day will be Surabikunj or Surabikunj is, what's the name of the island, Achamarsh? Godrumadvip, of course. Cow Tree Island, Godrumadvip. And we should be hearing it from hopefully the devotees will join with us, and we'll try to be reading also from the Chaitanya the Navadip Dham Mahatmya as we go through the different islands. And that will be 7:30 at night, which will be 8 or 8:30 at night in Mexico, and 9 or 9:30 at night in Colombia, right? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Now we'll also record these to Facebook, and then they'll put them up on YouTube. So, we can't, for some people the schedule's not very good. I think it's okay for or maybe Praneshwari in, no, it's not. It's 3 hours later. It's 3 hours later in Miami, so it's going to start late, 10 o'clock at night, 10:30. But if somebody says for me it's too late, then okay, you can see it the next day on Facebook. On Facebook. And I'll try to put it up on YouTube. But just like previous years, we're going to start the virtual parikramas tonight. Tonight will be the first one. And there will be 4, not 5, because in previous weeks, Acharya Maharaj made a 5th date because devotees would come back too late from Rudradvip and Simantadvip on the first day, so he made an extra day. But for us, it's not we don't need to do an extra day because it's just an extra 20 minutes or something. So we won't be adding an extra day. So like the first day, Antardvip and maybe Simantadvip and also Rudradvip. Then the second day will be Koladvip. And the third day will be Godrumadvip, and then we go to Harihara, etc., and then finish and in other places, and then finish at Nishingapali. And then the 4th day we go to Samudragar. We start at Samudragar. I think that's maybe still in Koladvip, I don't know. And then we go to Vidyanagar and Radhakund and all these other places. Or we go to the temple of Dvija Vaninath. Then we go to Vidyanagar and the birthplace of what's Vidyanagar, and is the birthplace of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And then we go to Janudvip and the temple. I won't describe every place, but I'll take it from what was written previously in our Panchika, which tells you where we're going to be going each day. And I'll post that on our Facebook page, and we can also. And I don't know if it may be too late for Puri Maharaj. Here's Bhakti Bandhava Puri Maharaj. Maharaj, I'm saying tonight, Sunday, we'll start our virtual parikramas. So we'll start at 7 o'clock at night here, but it will be 10
p.m. here in Quito.
No, it'll be 9 p.m. because they push the clocks ahead.
Yeah, on 2 hours.
Well, it's 7, then it's 9 o'clock, not 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it will be 8 o'clock in Mexico and 9 o'clock in, maybe you're the same time as Colombia?
Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador.
Okay, so it will be 8 o'clock for Mexico and 9 o'clock for Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. I don't know what time it will be for Venezuela. I don't know if you're
Venezuela will be 1 hour more than Ecuador and Colombia and Peru.
Then it'll be 10 o'clock for them.
Yes.
So at 9 o'clock, I don't know if you Puri Maharaj, I don't know if you'll want to participate. It's so late for you.
I can stay for a while.
And maybe I'll talk to Murli Mohan if we can start it earlier. Maybe it's better if we started earlier for the devotees, but we were doing it at 7 o'clock because we wanted wanted to get dark so we could broadcast everything with, but maybe now we can do it all digitally. I don't think we need to use, before I was using a projector. So, and I can, even then I can, even in the afternoon I can make it dark. So, Gaurachandra. So
Dandava Maharaj.
Dandavat. So you're there with Falguni?
Yes, she's somewhere. She's coming.
Okay.
I'm listening to you in the other phone. Dandava Pranam Maharaj.
So
Ala norte.
En el ala norte de la mansión, sí.
Now you're sideways.
Well, okay, like this.
Can you, maybe you can fly to California yesterday so you can help us with the broadcast today.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me see what I can do about it.
Well, I have some of your pictures so I can, then I used.
Yes, I mean, please, by all means, that is the reason of that. So many nice pictures of all this pilgrimage, and it will be very nice to have you relating everything to us.
Yeah, I hope it works good, because I just got back from Mexico yesterday.
And?
So yesterday I announced, but not too many people know that we're starting with the virtual parikrama. So
yesterday I tried to connect to the class, but there was no Mexican class.
What?
Yesterday I connected, but I could not find any meeting.
Yesterday, because we were all traveling. Normally the program starts, I don't know, it starts at
6:30 Mexican time. 6:30.
Dandava Maharaj.
Dandavat Gaurachandra, Dandavat.
¿Cómo estuvo su cumpleaños?
Dandavat. Thank you. No, Gaurachandra, yesterday, because we went we brought to the airport Janardhan Maharaj, then we couldn't attend the meeting, the class, the lecture of that we generally do at that time. Today we reassume again.
Yeah.
Chайтanьya Charitamrita.
And next Saturday we'll do also. But I tried to get them to delay the plane 3 hours, but they wouldn't do that. So I couldn't do the program. There was no internet in the plane to broadcast. Anyway, I'm back here now in California. So yeah, yesterday we missed doing it. Next Saturday we'll do it. I don't know if you saw the broadcast of the Prapana Jivanamritam in Spanish. Did you see them?
No, I haven't, Maharaj, unfortunately.
Well, they're on the Tiku Facebook page, and they were long. Some of them were long, very nice, very. But the Prapana Jivanamritam is so nice, and we're started to read that in Spanish. So we had 3 or 4 classes, and we finished with the first chapter, Upakramamritam, and now Ashramars will continue. I don't know. You'll continue every day, right?
Yes, Maharaj.
So today, did you start with the next chapter?
Well, today no, because I didn't know what was going to be the program with the parikram, but we said we are going to read something about the parikrams, besides what you will will describe to us during the day by day, these 4 or 5 days before the Purnim, the appearance of the Lord. Then we will just read something from the Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, something in relation to the Navadvip Dham and also to the Lord and this.
Actually, the best thing for us would be to start them in the morning, but it doesn't work it doesn't work so much because when it's morning time here, it's nighttime in India, it's nighttime in Singapore, it's nighttime in Malaysia, and all these places. And I really prefer to do the virtual parikramas kind of like more closer to what the time is when we leave in the morning in India. So we're doing the virtual parikramas in the, what can I say, in the nighttime here. Does anyone have any questions? I mean, this is
One question about the parikramas. Would it be recorded in Facebook or something so European people can see it?
Yeah, I will try to put it on. Well, it will definitely be recorded in Facebook. And,
okay, good.
And I'll also put it on. YouTube. I'll try to put it on YouTube the next day also. So on my YouTube page. So anyway, I just want to say to everyone who's here that this week is a very wonderful week because for us, I mean, Gaur Purnima is not just a festival that happens one day. First there is the Navadvip Dham Parikramas, and we already had the Adibas yesterday of those parikramas. So Navadvip Dham Parikramas starting today, and that is, I know it will be 4 days, and it will be like we used to do when we left from Navadvip. So you'll have that experience. Each day we'll be going to different islands for 4 days. Then after we finish, then we'll be the Adibas of the Gaur Purnima. And then we will have Gaur Purnima celebration. So all of you will be celebrating Gaur Purnima, and it's very nice if you will all have special programs in your temple, not just virtual parikramas, but if you could all have programs in your temple every day, every evening, or every day, even if not everybody can attend, but if you have nice programs in your temple, all this week for Gaur Purnima, because Gaur Purnima should not just be one day. I mean, this is big celebration. If we were in Navadvip, it would be more than 10 days. No, isn't it, Ashamarsh?
Yes, it is like that.
Yeah, it's like it's the Adibas, the Parikramas, then Gaur Purnima, then Pancham Do, and we go to Hapania, and all these, and for much time, because the devotees go to India early, and they would be with Acharya Maharaj for all this time. You know, they'd be with Acharya Maharaj every day, in the morning and the evening. He would do programs. He would leave on Parikram in the morning. In the evening, he would do his lectures. And it's really nice if you're there in the temple that you'll do programs in the temples, even if they're small programs, to get the mood of going into Gaur Purnima. It's the biggest festival of the year, actually. I mean, I would be in Navadip and everything for Janmashtami, and I know where we have Indian communities, Janmashtami is such a big festival. But for us, when we were in Navadip, with Govinda Maharaj and with Acharya Maharaj, I mean, Janmashtami really is not it's a wonderful program. And then next day we would do the Nanda Maharaj Mahotsav and Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. That's important, but Navadip during Gaur Purnima, of course, Acharya Maharaj is there, Govinda Maharaj is there, everyone's there, and it's just such a huge festival. So if everyone can do that in their temples and try to do that, if they can't do that in their temples, maybe make some namhata in your houses so that you can have the devotees come over. Because I think it's very wonderful to try to catch some of the mood of Gaur Purnima. Now it's only 5 days till Gaur Purnima, so everyone should kind of get in, try to see if if you're at home, then you could maybe read on Gaur Purnima. You can read from the 13th chapter of the Adi Leela. Then that's the appearance of Mahaprabhu. You can read that chapter, especially on Gaur Purnima. When we're in Navadip, Nishringapali, then we're singing on the Gaur Purnima night, we're singing from the 13th chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, and everyone's dancing and singing. So this week is a very special week. And I hope I can get to do the virtual parikramas properly. I've done them for maybe 3 years now. Maybe longer, I don't know. But it's just, I think I did them since the time of not being able to go, maybe 1 year before the pandemic. And we did them. So I hope all the devotees can join with us, or you can join late. It doesn't, if you can't join because you say it's not a good time for you, then we'll have the programs on Facebook. Ashram Marsh, como ves?
Yes.
Everything, what do you think, Ashram Marsh?
Well, I think it is well presented and very inviting to everyone. Join us.
Yeah.
Last year, I can remember, I don't know how many devotees were in the virtual parikram, but many of us, we joined and we were very happy. Not even devotees who are like us, distant from India, but even I have heard devotees in India serving in the different temples that they cannot move because someone has to attend the temples. But they will be very happy to follow the programs, and in that way to get the Sri Navadvip Dham Parikrama virtual.
And when
otherwise, generally in the West, only there is the celebration of the final day. I mean, we may say the important day of the appearance of the Lord. But in this way, always I thought that when we attend the parikrama, was like if prepare ourselves to receive that day, the appearance day of the Lord. Because by being in touch with the holy sites of the pastimes of the Lord and His associates, then we bathe ourselves. Whatever strong impressions or whatever attachment we may have with the mundane, then by following that parikrama along with the devotees and hearing the topics of the Lord, then naturally the consciousness became more conscious of who is that Lord. Then we finally received no, the Lord's birthday, appearance day, the Lord's appearance at the Gaur Purnima, just previously being walking all around the places, the sacred places of their pastimes.
Yeah,
then it was very purifying.
Srila Govinda Maharaj told me, he said, I want my sannyasis to be in Navadip for Gaur Purnima. So every year, I got that order from Prabhupada. I never stayed in California for Gaur Purnima, never. It was Govinda Maharaj's order that I be in Navadip for Gaur Purnima. For 30-some years, every year, I'm in Navadip for Gaur Purnima. I don't stay in California. You can say, well, you have a temple. Who runs a temple? Well, the devotees will run the temple, but I would be in Navadip for Gaur Purnima. I would be at home for Janmashtami or something. I would be in California. But for Gaur Purnima, for 1 month, and Govinda Maharaj said, when you come for Gaur Purnima, you must stay at least 1 month. So 1 month I would try to be, the whole month was in Navadip. This was an order from Srila Govinda Maharaj. And Ashram Maharaj, others, they would always go. All the devotees would be in Navadip for Gaur Purnima. And then after Govinda Maharaj left the world, we would try always to be with Acharya Maharaj, wherever he was. If he is in Navadip, in the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, then we were there. And then when he went into Sringapali, we would be there, because it wasn't, for me it was something I lovingly did, and it was an order from Govinda Maharaj. And then when Govinda Maharaj left, it's the same order. It doesn't change. The order was to be in Navadip for Gaur Purnima. So then when Acharya Maharaj was in Nrsimhapali, then we would go to Nrsimhapali and celebrate there. And, and we developed, doing that, every year we developed love for the devotees. All the devotees from all over the world, we would come and see them, and our god brothers and god sisters. And we naturally developed love for all these devotees, because we would be with them and we would see them. And then Govinda Maharaj left, and Acharya Maharaj is our guide and our guru for Gaur Purnima. We're there with him, and Acharya Maharaj is not very tall, but he walks faster than us. I don't know how that is. Acharya Maharaj is shorter than us, but he walks twice as fast as us. And he also, of course, talks twice as fast as us. But, I don't know how that is. I don't know how Acharya Maharaj moves so quickly. Then he would be on top, also, the later years, he's on top of the flat parikrama. He's on top of that, and he's singing and dancing while that car is moving, right? Something like that, Acharya Maharaj?
Yeah, there was always, every year there were these not bicycle, but tricycle. Tricycle, you say?
No, bicycles.
Well, bicycles of 3 wheels.
Oh, you mean the rickshaws?
Well, rickshaws, yes, but not the regular rickshaws to carry on people.
Oh, you mean the cart?
Also they carry on, but also to carry on merchandise. They have a flat.
Yeah, carts. They're not called bicycles of 3 wheels. They're called carts.
Carts. Well, those carts, and they used to put the big battery car or truck battery, and then they have the mic, very strong mics. If you are in front of those mics, then you may become, you may lose your sense of hearing. Very strong. And then Silacharya Maharaj used to drive all the parikram above that car.
Yeah, it was
non-stop chanting always. The 4 days, the whole 4 days of the parikrama, he used to chant leading the party.
Yeah, a flat cart, flat wooden bed cart with a battery on there and a microphone, and the Acharya Maharaj would be on that cart, and he would stand up while the cart's moving also, and he would be leading the parikramas from that cart, which is very good, because that way we always knew where the leader of the parikrama is going to be, because if you go to sometimes you go to the first place of Navadip and Mayapur. I mean, Antardvip is the first day, so you take the boats across the river, and then you're in Mayapur, and you go to all the different places, like the temple of Madhav Maharaj, I think is one of the first places. So you go to the temple of Madhav Maharaj and you speak there, and then when you go to get back with the parikrama party, all of a sudden there's about 500 Bengali ladies and gents also, but mostly 500 Bengali ladies in front of you, because they've left the program and now they're in front, and then you try to get back to the front, and is very difficult because there's so many people. But Acharya Maharaj's cart would always be in front, because they cannot push him out of the way. They can push us out of the way, but they cannot push Acharya Maharaj out of the way, his cart. So he would lead that. And then we go to the next places. And I say that like a joke, of course, of all these Bengali ladies and gents also, but mostly thousands and thousands of people there, and they're all so sweet with us. They all very, very loving and kind. Of course, they'll maybe push us a little bit with their elbows if they're in front of us, but they're very super sweet. They're very nice, and they love all the devotees. So
when we were speaking to the Bengali devotees, at night after the parikramas, it was the custom, whether Srila Govinda Maharaj or later Srila Acharya Maharaj, they used to give these classes at night. After the whole parikram, there were still programs. And then when we were sometimes given the opportunity to say a few words, we just will say, to these older ladies, Bengali ladies, they say, sometimes we are tired. We are tired because we are walking so long distances from here, from that place. And then we say, but when we see an elder Guru Bon means God sisters, Bengali Guru Bon. When we see them very elderly and walking by our side and going ahead of us without shoes, then we have a little bit of, how do you say? Un poquito de pena, de vergüenza. Sí.
Shame. We feel ashamed that
we feel ashamed that
80-year-old Bengali lady can go faster than us.
Then we think, all right, you have to get some strength and keep on going. Don't protest. Keep on going, because they are showing you how you should walk.
Yeah,
they were laughing. When they hear that, they will laugh.
And I remember so many years going that, with Acharya Maharaj, Acharya Maharaj wears his dhoti very long, so you cannot see Acharya Maharaj's feet many times. He's walking and you can't see his feet. It's like what did they say about Lakshmi Devi or something, that she floats off the ground. She is floating. So Acharya Maharaj, you can't see his feet, so it's like he's floating, or something like that. Anyway, my feeling. I've always had. And Acharya Maharaj, of course, all the year in India. Then then he's our leader. We go there, and he will lead the parikramas. And at 3 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you can hear maybe 3:30. Acharya Maharaj is on the microphone, and he's telling everybody to wake up. That today we're going to this place and that place, and he's on the microphone too, because all the Bengalis are sleeping in the Nat Mandir, and they're sleeping near Tulsi, near the Tulsi, where Tulsi is worshipped. They're sleeping there, and Acharya Maharaj would wake them up with a microphone, and tell them where we're going that day and everything. So there's very little, we would go sometimes and then Acharya Maharaj have evening programs, and the evening programs, by the time you took prasadam, you get to take rest about 10:30, 11, and then at 3:30, like that, Acharya Maharaj on a microphone telling you where you're going. Do you remember that, Ashram Maharaj?
Yes, very well.
Puri
Yes,
Maharaj,
like that.
are you still here? Maybe.
It was one of the few times we really had an opportunity to mix with all the Bengali devotees.
Yeah.
Their families, because they came with their
here,
families.
Maharaj.
Okay. Actually, if we were all together, it's very nice. Because Puri Maharaj, I think of all the devotees, Puri Maharaj sings very nice. He's a very nice kirtan singer.
In the Guru Maharaj and Govinda Maharaj times, always we have groups. We have groups for chant, maybe 2 hours every group. But in Srila Acharya Maharaj, no groups, only him chant. And he monopolized the sing. He start singing and finish singing, not tireless. He has so much energy. And not only that, after the parikram, he takes some prasadam and go to the market to buy food stuffs for the next day.
Yeah,
then after the parikram, Maharaj, he will give a lecture, 2 hours lecture to the Bengali devotees.
Yeah, when we was taking prasad, he went to the market and he come back and give the lecture.
I like this very much because, sometimes it's nice to have everybody singing, but for instance, we do first, when we're singing, we start, I would always start with Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj's Arti, then Guru Maharaj's Arti, then Gurvashtakam, and then we would do, we would sing Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the Panchatattva mantra, and then we would sing the introduction to Sharanagati. This is, how's this begin? I don't have the book. You remember the beginning.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori.
Yeah, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jive Doya Kori. That we would sing with that, and then we would sing Bajare Amar.
Vajana Giti.
Okay, so all these songs are nice, but when you have other devotees sing, then they sing these songs, and then they want to start singing the Maha Mantra, and then you wait. We haven't got. We're still, we're still singing first. We're still singing the Gurudev, and now we're singing, to the Panchatattva, and then we'll go to the We'll go to Vaishnav Thakur, and then we will, then we're going to Nityananda Prabhu, then we're going to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, don't go ahead. We want to keep everything in order. We're trying to go in order of the songs. They have some order. Somebody will sing this song and that song randomly, but you go, no, we want to go in the order, the proper order of singing the songs. Somebody asked us this week, well, what is the tune for the morning? And what is the tune for the midday? And what is the tune for the evening? And Puri Maharaj, who did you say, you sent them to Shambhunath, right?
Yes, to Shambhunath. He has recording.
Yeah, I need to get that recording. And everybody in the world should be able to get the recording to find out what is the melody in the morning, what is the melody of midday, what is the melody of the evening. Somebody can say, well, we're just singing kirtan, why is that important? Well, it's nice to do. You have the proper tunes in the morning. If you can't do the proper tunes, it doesn't, okay, you can do any tune. I mean, you can do that. But Govinda Maharaj would stop me if I sang, if he says sing this, and he'd say, no, that's the morning tune. Now we're at midday. You sing the midday tune. Then he'd go, well, what's the midday tune? But Puri Maharaj, he knows. So if he'll give us those tunes. And I've been playing, I don't know, kartals. I've been playing for 50 years, but when Govinda Maharaj would play the mridanga and sing, sometimes it was hard for me to play the kartals for him, because he has his own rhythms and everything. When we were in Mexico, I saw that, for instance, Dvijahari, he plays the kartals like they do in Navadip, and I think Puri Maharaj does also. Anyway, just some observation. So I think now in India, I think you can go to India now. I think there's no problem for going to India anymore. I think they're opening up India again to people with tourist visas and stuff. So I'm hoping we could go to India, maybe not this Gaur Purnima, it's coming up in 5 days, but certainly next year. And somebody can say, well, there's so many problems going on in India and everything like that. Yes, there are many problems going on there, but I don't think we're ever going to really be able to straighten those problems out until we go to India. We have to really go to India to see what's going on there. There have been so many different things going on. But
maybe we can go for the Kartika month.
I think even if we go before Kartik is better, because Kartik is Vrindavan.
Vrindavan, yes.
Yeah, but we want to go to Bengal. Vrindavan, we know we can go there and things will be okay, but things are going crazy in Bengal, and we need to go to Bengal. We can be there. Nari Maharaj is there. We can try to see if we can do something, and if we can't do anything, then maybe we can get into a nice fight. What do you think, Puri Maharaj?
Well, you have to ask to Sanatani, to Hasyapriya and Yudamanyu. They was beaten by them.
Hasyapriya wasn't beaten by them, was he?
I think he was not there.
Sanati was beaten by them.
Sanatani, Yudamanyu.
That was in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat in Navadip. Now we want to be beaten in the Sringapali.
Collected the place for the meeting.
At that time when Sanatani was mistreated by them. I thought they were very lucky that Vaishnav Maharaj was not still living. Otherwise, he would be shooting at them.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes.
Because Vaishnav Maharaj is Sanatani's husband. So if he shoots somebody, he'll shoot the other side. We're happy with that. Just joking, but not so much joking. Someone is calling on their phone. Hello? Hello? Can you speak?
Time is passing very fast, huh? Non-stopping.
No. No, sir. No. Of course, Vaishnav Maharaj, he passed away. He's Sanatani's husband. If he was living when they tried to beat Sanatani in Navadip, he would kill them. Hello. But I can't hear you.
Vishaka to do the Sunday program class today.
The what? Vishaka. She can be there. I'm going to go.
Can't make it. Everyone can't make it.
I'm going to go to there. What time is it going to start? Okay, 11? Okay, I'll be there. What's going on here? On this phone. Somebody called me. Was it you? Okay, then I missed your call. Okay, it's okay. That was good. Yeah, I mean, they were violent in Navadip, and then I told to Bhaktinandan Swami. Bhaktinandan Swami, I told him when we met at Godrumadvip, when everyone went to the Bhakti Vinod Thakur festival, then I told to that Bhaktinandan Swami, why do you people beat Sanatani? And then he told me, now is not the time for this. And then he told me, you're not a gentleman. I said, Kathy, you just nonsense, complete nonsense people. You know, anyway, that is good. But now then we become in Nishringapali. Now, also something going on in Nishringapali, but I don't want to ruin this thinking about how I want to beat people or be beaten. I don't want to ruin this. So we're talking about Sri Navadip Dham Mahatmya and all these things, and we'll be doing that. Now, here, today we will finish a little earlier because, like I said, they pushed the clocks ahead. So now I have to start the program. That was not Sanatani, that was Brajamohini and telling me that this person can't be here, so do I want to do this or I want to do that? So I just told her I will be at the Sunday program. So our Sunday program coming up soon. A little soon. Anyone have any questions? Like I said, we're starting the parikramas. And I told my feeling, we all have to go. We have to start going to India again. The only way we will straighten out India is by being there. By being here and just making phone calls and doing this and doing that, nothing will happen. Nothing will help make the situation better. The pilgrims and we have to be together. And if we have, I know here when we're cleaning around the ashram here, we use like these power hoses where the water comes out very strong. So maybe in in the Sringapali if we want to. Now it has been years since we went there. So if we want to clean the Sringapali, maybe we have to use power hoses there. Strong water, you know. Maybe we have to use power hoses to wash out all the dirt that has accumulated there for several years when nobody could go there. And maybe now, after Acharya Maharaj left, the Sringapali has become more dirty with so many dirt and people there that we have to use some power hoses on that dirt and people to make it clean in the Sringapali. But I'm speaking in like not serious. I'm speaking a little bit like sarcastically, but I think that some of this accumulated dirt and some of those people need to be washed, you know. And I don't know how to wash them. I'm a Westerner. When I get there, if I act like that, then they will arrest me. But something has to be done. I mean, something has to be done. It cannot just continue. Every time the Acharya leaves, then a bunch of rats will take over. You know, we cannot just we cannot say anything. And maybe we'll get into some trouble, but it's very annoying that Govinda Maharaj leaves and then a bunch of rats take over the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. And then Acharya Maharaj leaves and a bunch of rats take over in the Sringapali, you know, and they declare themselves the only guru. What kind of crap is that? It's very annoying. But now I have to get back into a better mood about Gaur Purnima and the parikramas, the virtual parikramas. And Govinda, I heard Guru Maharaj say, we are not drain inspectors. We don't want to see the bad things. So I'll try to clean my consciousness a little bit. But, you know, we want the help. If we're going to go to Gaur Purnima, we want the help of the devotees. Because when we're all there together and somebody says something that we don't agree with, if a lot of us are there, we can say, no, we're not, that is not the way things are going to be done. And then, of course, maybe we get some trouble. But it doesn't matter in one sense. I mean, it matters, of course, it's important. But we want the voice of the devotees to be heard. That's something you could, every week they're writing on for the Facebook page, and maybe we should write a little different now. We're saying every week that this program is being done in memory of Acharya Maharaj and everything. And this is very good. But we want it also to be that this program is being done to execute the will of Acharya Maharaj and the followers of the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. It's not just in memory. We want, of course it's in memory of Acharya Maharaj, but we want to make it also positive that we are trying to execute the will of Acharya Maharaj and the followers. And you say, will, where is their wills? Where is there a will? Is there a will written by Acharya Maharaj? There's a will spoken by Acharya Maharaj because he made his desires understood what he wanted to do. You know, he showed what he did every year for Gaur Purnima, what he was trying to do. And maybe the government of India was giving some obstacle because that's the way the legal system in India is like maybe 200 years behind the time. I mean literally, maybe they have cases for the last 200 years that they haven't resolved. I told one story that one follower, once they charged Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur with a crime, you know, and one of his true followers then went to the police and said of the person who reported Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then that devotee of Srila Saraswati Thakur said, I want to report this man for stealing my kurkur, my pukur. He stole my pond. He stole my pond. And the police said, how can anyone steal a pond? You know, like he said he stole my, how do you say it?
Pukur. Pukur.
How you say pond in Hindi?
In Bengali, pukur. No, pukur?
Pukur, right?
Pukur mean dog.
Huh?
Pukur mean dog.
Yeah, no, but pukur, my pond. My
Pukura, Maharaj.
Huh?
Pukura.
With a P. Pukur.
Yeah, with a P, yeah. Pukura. Pukura.
Yeah, my pukur, my bathing god. And then the police said, how can anyone steal a pukur, a bathing god? And he said, it doesn't matter, you just write it down. You just write it down. I am accusing this man, because that's the way the Indian legal system is. Somebody accuses you of a false crime and they don't have to prove it. So that's the Indian legal system. That's why they're 200 years behind in their cases, because anybody can make any false charge. This should not be the way it is. And that was, I mean, when we talked to Santosh, talked to Santosh, Acharya Maharaj's helper there, then Santosh, he said every day he had to go to the legal system and answer 3-4 charges every day. And this is what they did also against Acharya Maharaj. So this is what's going on. But Acharya Maharaj showed what is his will, and we want to be able to execute that will. So I'm hoping that again the devotees can go to India, and then we can all meet in India, and then by meeting many of us in India, then maybe we can show what our desire is. And I don't know if we will be successful or not, but I think we will be more successful than just by staying at home and writing some letters. I think we have to go there, you know.
Excuse me, Maharaj. For pukur, there are many meanings. It depends on context. Like for foreman, bishimas, pond, ponding, pool, tank.
But bathing place, pond.
It
is pukur Maharaj, and the Hindi is talab. The Hindi word is talab. But Bengali is pukura.
Okay, pukura. And that's what
but they don't say pukura. They say pukur.
Okay. And kurkur, of course, means dog. Yeah, so he didn't accuse that man of stealing his dog. He accused him of stealing his pond, his bathing place. So the police said, how can anybody steal a bathing place? And he's showing, that's how ridiculous the charges against Srila Saraswati Thakur are, that anybody can make some false charges. So I want this man charged for stealing my Pakura, my bathing place. You know, it's like saying somebody stole my lake. How can you steal a lake? How can somebody steal a lake? I don't care, you just write it down. I'm accusing this man of stealing my lake. That is the way the illegal system was, even during the time of Srila Saraswati Thakur. That is why in India there are millions of cases behind, because there are so many false cases filed, and they never can finish with them. And that's what they did with Acharya Maharaj also. So many false charges against him. So many false charges.
Yeah, before we come together in this Zoom program, we was with Niriha Maharaj. And Niriha Maharaj excused, and he has to leave the Zoom because he says he has to attend. Santo put some cases against him, and he has to go to the court to attend that.
Okay. And Santa Maharaj put a case against him.
Against to Niriha Maharaj.
Yeah. So what does this show? It shows Santa Maharaj is a nonsense. He's a complete nonsense. Just like all the people in Srinavadip Dham, in that, not in the Dham, but in the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Matth, they're all, you know, baby asuras.
Yeah, he is associated with all the gundas, and he is learning all these tricks.
Yeah, he is also becoming a baby asura. He's not. They're not even successful asuras. They're baby asuras. But still, I mean, maybe they're. But if the devotees will go, we can go to India. Will be good, because they will not file charges against all the devotees. They only file charges against Puri Maharaj, Ashram Maharaj, myself, but not against everybody.
Would you like to organize? Sorry,
Go ahead.
Would you like to organize something, or since we have a forum here, if you can, I mean, if we ask around and we have some tentative dates, then something can be done.
Yes, I think that is good. I don't know when, but now I'm told people can get 30-day e-visa for India. Then we'll see. We'll see if they start giving 1 year, 5 year, 10-year visas also. Normally, I have a fat passport because I go and travel. But this year I didn't get a fat passport because I don't know how many years I'll have left traveling but now we are older. Ashram Maharaj celebrated his 71st birthday, appearance day. I celebrated my 77th birthday, so now getting a little older.
And soon we are going to celebrate the disappearance
of me, yeah.
Of everyone. Of everyone.
Yeah. Already I'm forgetting things. Like today, I wanted to look at something from eBay, but I could not remember the name eBay. You know, like this is happening to me 10 times a day. I am forgetting words that I know, like eBay. I forget that name, eBay. Of course, then I'm looking. Oh, that's the name. I like this. Every day is some different word. I'm forgetting, a little different. But getting a little older, but I can still remember shlokas and things like that. But people's name, not so bad. I mean, at the end, my mother could not remember my name. Or she remembered my name and she remembered my brother's name, but she got us mixed up sometimes. She would think that I was him and he was me, and she asked me why I'm wearing this color, saffron. She asked me why but not asked me just once. She asked me like she asked me over and over again, like asked me why I'm wearing this color, and then I answered her, and 5 minutes later she asked me again, and then again. So forgetting everything. Now, Still, I have a few years till I get to that stage. Maybe a few years till I'm forgetting, you know, where I parked the car and all these kinds of things. Not reach that stage. So, anyone have any questions? We're going to start the Navadip Dham virtual parikramas. We'll start them tonight, and we'll post them. And I hope they go all right. I mean, you know, I haven't done this for 1 year, so little. And then I'll have all the. We'll start. I'm hoping. I got messages from Murli Mohan. Then I have to see what that is. Should we do this by Zoom also? I don't know if it will work so good by Zoom. What do you think? You can sing on Zoom.
If you are going to share photos, it's better on Zoom. If you're going to just to read and explain, Facebook will suffice.
Well, last year we did it both, Zoom and also Facebook. So it is recorded in YouTube, but also it was made in Zoom. And Maharaj was trying to learn how to do it by Zoom, and then by the second day he already learned, and it was very smooth.
Oh, okay. We'll try that. But I just have a question. What is Zoom?
Exactly.
I forgot what is Zoom.
That's another matter.
Is that some kind of airplane? Oh, Usher Marsh. Usher. Usher Marsh, I got this thing here that you showed.
Just see. Hey, Puri Maharaj. Maharaj just got that device you wanted, like that tripod for the cellular phone.
Where you got? ¿Dónde conseguiste, Maharaj?
On Amazon.
Eh?
Amazon.
Show it to Maharaj.
Okay.
Del mismo que tiene Asra Maharaj.
Yes, identical.
Identical, yeah.
He also saw, and he found it to be very practical.
Well, I didn't say it's very practical.
That was a gift given to me by Madhava Prasad Prabhu and Tulasi Maharani.
Yeah. But also this, you can rotate it like this, or you can have it like this. This comes out. But something here, this has this thing, this button inside here. And
how much you pay for that, Maharaj?
I got too much. It was $30.
Not too much.
He's joking.
Wow, but I mean, in India, it's $15. And it has a button. It has a button you can take off, and then it has, you know this, Ashamars, this button has YouTube charger. Yes. You have YouTube charger, and then you could use Bluetooth. I don't think I'll need to do that, but it's... Okay. Then I will do this. Then it comes like this. It looks like this. It is like some kind of selfie stick, but has a tripod on it. And you can use it when you travel to be able to broadcast to Facebook or to Zoom. Right?
We just have a little, we just have enough time that Maharajas, Puri Maharaj, Janardhan Maharaj, you can say some words to devotees, some hello. We have many devotees here.
Okay. And I will send the link for this to Puri Maharaj.
Yes.
You can get it sent to Bimala. Puri Maharaj, you hear me?
Yes, te estoy escuchando, Maharaj. Dime.
Okay, después por WhatsApp te mando el link y ellos pueden mandarlo a Bimala para ti.
Sí, bueno, pero para que después mi Bimala me mande para acá es otro cuento.
Sí, pero Amazon no lo va a mandar a Ecuador.
Okay.
O si puedes hacer un arreglo con Amazon, quizás ellos pueden enviar a Ecuador, no sé.
Sí, algunas cosas Amazon manda a Ecuador.
Okay, all right. So what are the few words you want us to say?
No, just to say hello to the devotees.
Okay, hello.
We have many devotees here.
Hello to all the devotees. I'm sorry if I annoyed anyone with speaking about how we have to do something more. You know, I don't want to beat anybody, because if I beat anybody, then I'll get beaten. I'm an old man. I can't beat anybody. But I don't like to be quiet about people doing nonsense. Imagine they bring some false charges. Anyway, that's not the thing I'm supposed to say now. I'm supposed to say some Harikatha. So my Dandavat.
Speak up, fight back.
What?
Speak up, fight back.
Speak up by what?
Speak up, fight back.
Speak up, fight back?
Speak up, fight back.
Okay. All right. Anyway, happy to see all the devotees. What we want to do is also go back to more philosophical content. Next Sunday will be after Gaur Purnima. So this week we're going to be broadcasting virtual parikrama, but next Sunday devotees can make questions. And I want the format maybe change a little bit from just remembering Acharya Maharaj in memory of him, but I want also to have more of the format of doing, that we will be doing what Acharya Maharaj wanted to be done, to execute what is his will. Because he showed us by his words and example what he wants to do, what he's trying to do, and he gave us positive words and instructions. So we're carrying on with those instructions. Then somebody can say, and then the devotees can say, this was a desire of Acharya Maharaj, that we do this or do that, and then we can also be thinking about what were some of his instructions and what he was trying to do. So anyway, that's my hope. And one positive I'll say something also I say here about Sokel, that actually I'm running the spiritual program. The manager here in Sokel is Hasha Priya. And Hasha Priya had Hasha Priya, when he would go to India, the first thing he would do is see Acharya Maharaj. Hasha Priya have a lot of love for Acharya Maharaj. So I think this is a good thing. And then a lot of times with Hasha Priya, he'll say something, and then I'll say something, and then he'll tell me, well, I think that's not a good idea, and then we'll discuss. So he's not always in agreement with me, but on that, he was very positive. He was very positive about his feelings for Acharya Maharaj. So that's very nice. Now we want to also, for Acharya Maharaj, if the devotees can think about this, and the devotees can also tell us, well, this is something that Acharya Maharaj wanted to do. So people will say that, and we can talk about also what that is and how we can do this, whether it's in India or in other parts of the world. Then because now we can start more talking about what were some of the things he wanted to accomplish. And I don't mean just like asking this person to do that or getting this person out. That's also good, but I mean also what some things can be done. So anyway, you all think about that. My Dandavas, because now I've got to go for the program also. Puri Mars, you can say something nicer. It's not so nice. I mean, you can say something nicer than me. I was talking not nice. I was talking about, I don't know. Anyway. Puri Mars.
Bueno, tratamos de seguir el ejemplo de Srila Acharya Maharaj.
Yeah.
Cuando
he's saying we want to follow the example. We want to follow the example of Acharya Maharaj. Palabra por palabra, frase por frase.
Cuando estuve en Nishingapali por el lockdown, él nos ordenó con Nirija Maharaj que él había colectado mucho arroz, muchas papas. No.
When we were in the Sringapali with Acharya Maharaj during the lockdown, and he was with Niriya Maharaj, and they had collected a lot of rice and potatoes.
No, había colectado Acharya Dev, pero él nos pidió que con Nirija Maharaj empacáramos, hiciéramos bolsas de 5 kilos de papa y de arroz para repartir a todo Nishingapali.
Okay. ¿A quién en Nishingapali?
A los vecinos, neighborhoods.
Okay. So when they had collected, rice and potatoes, then Acharya Maharaj told Nariha Maharaj and the devotees there to make packages of 5 kilos of rice and potatoes and give to all the neighbors in Nishingapali, to give to the people there, the people living in Nishingapali.
La siguiente semana vino Acharya Dev en su carro y puso bultos de papa y de arroz en el carro y fue a Mayapur a repartir a todos los templos.
Then he also made packages of rice and potatoes to take to all the temples in Mayapur.
No, eran bultos de quintal.
¿Cuánto okay. ¿Cuánto en un quintal?
100 libras, sacks.
Sacks of 50 kilos.
All right. So then Acharya Maharaj took sacks of 50 kilos, or they call a quintal. That's, they took that 100 pounds or 50 kilos more or less. And they take that to Mayapur to give to the different temples there.
Cuando regresó yo supe que pasó por Navadvip y a esa gente también en el Chайтанья Сарасват Матх también les dio bultos de arroz y papa.
A las personas rebeldes en Navadvip?
Tell in English, Maharaj.
Pero pregunta, él les dio bultos incluso a los de Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math en Navadvip?
Sí, al Antipari.
Yeah, when he come back from Mayapur, he took bags of potatoes and also rice, and he even gave them into Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, even to the anti-party.
Yo le dije, Maharaj, eso no es como darle leche a la serpiente, aumentar solo su veneno.
And I said to him, Maharaj, isn't this just like giving milk to a snake? Just increases his venom.
Y Srila Acharya Maharaj dijo, Govinda Maharaj me dijo que no descuide atender a su misión, a sus deidades y a sus devotos. Yo voy a continuar haciendo eso. A mí no me importa cómo me traten, pero esa es la orden que me dio Govinda Maharaj.
He said then, but Govinda Maharaj gave him the order to serve his mission, his devotees, and his deities. And he said, this is the order of Govinda Maharaj. He says, I don't care how they treat me. This is the order of Gurudev.
Entonces, ese es el ejemplo que tenemos que seguir a Acharya Dev. No importa cómo ellos nos traten, pero bueno, él decía, pues si ellos nos tiran piedras, nos tiran ladrillos, nuestras armas son los cártals y la mirdanga. Acharya Dev dijo, si ellos nos tiran piedras, nos tiran ladrillos, nuestras armas son los cártals y las mirdangas.
So Acharya Maharaj said, even if they throw stones and bricks at us, our weapons will be kartals and mridanga.
Jai Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj ki jai.
I'm going to try and follow the words of Puri Maharaj instead of my own words. Srila Prabhupada said we were young Turks, so I'm not really a Vaishnava. I'm more like a Turk, like a invading Muslim. That's more my nature is more like a Turk than Acharya Maharaj. But anyway, I will follow his example. I will try to remember the mood of being like a Vaishnava to people that I don't like those people. But anyway, I'll try to smile at them.
Well, Narada Muni told to his disciple, the snake, the python, he says, when he became very humble, the kids start to throw stones.
Yeah.
And he complained, the snake complains, says, now you asked me to be humble, but now the people are taking advantage of me. And he says, show the teeth.
Show your hood.
Show the teeth.
Show your hood. So, yeah, that one time a cobra became a snake of Narad Muni, and then he became a Vaishnava, and he was very nice, but then all the children, he hurt him with stones and rocks, and then he told to Narad Muni, now I become nice like a Vaishnava, but now the kids hurt me and they throw stones and rocks at me. And then Narad Muni told him, I said, yes, you should be not bite anyone, but at least you can show your hoods to them, like you're angry. So that's kind of what I feel also. Like it's not, I believe like Acharya Maharaj did, that giving them rice and potatoes is very nice. But sometimes it's necessary to show them that we can still bite you. We are not going to just let you beat the Vaishnavas, you know, and that's what they are doing. And Shantamar is doing that. He used to help Acharya Maharaj when Acharya Maharaj was present. So some people think, oh, now he's nice, but he's not acting nicely. But anyway, I will give him some potatoes and rice, and maybe some of the potatoes I'll throw at him. Anyway.
Maharaj, Dandavad. I just have a small suggestion. I'm not sure how helpful, but right now it's really very messy. So, would it help if very slowly? Niriha Maharaj seems to be the most trustworthy of them in Bengal right now. Would it make sense to appoint him, like give him some kind of a bigger responsibility on the Acharya board? Because it takes one Acharya to create another.
Well, yes.
Will that help a lot? Because right now, there is no proper direction for Niriha Maharaj on the Acharya board. And I think, like Ranajit and Shanta, they are making full use of that vacuum.
Well, you know something, Mahalakshmi, you know, one problem that I have is that we are not really controlling the Acharya board. The Acharya board has persons in it that we cannot always control. So we said at first for the administration that we would use the final trust board, and we made Niriha Maharaj a member of the final trust board. So that, but that is not doing anything really. It's not able to do so much. And as far as making Niriha Maharaj a member of the Acharya board, we can talk to try to do that. But you know, in like 10 years, the Acharya board really never did anything. Never did anything, really. The only thing they ever did was nothing. They didn't do anything.
That's okay. I mean, for the acharyas, it's okay. But on your part and on
all right,
Ashram Maharaj's part, you know, that is, I mean, something to think about, because that will send it's only for Ranjit and Shanta. It's not for the rest. It's only for
Shantamar is not on the Shantamar is not on the Acharya board, but it's a good idea to talk with that. I will talk with also with Ashram Maharaj and maybe with Trivikram Maharaj also. He's a member, and who else is a member? Gosai Maharaj resigned. Who else is a member besides Avadut Maharaj and
Madhusudan Maharaj?
I don't know. Is he a member of the Acharya board? Ashram Maharaj. Madhusudan Maharaj.
Secretary? Madhusudan Maharaj was secretary?
Yeah, he was secretary. But I don't know if he was a voting member. I can talk with Ashram Maharaj. Actually, it's a good idea, Mahalakshmi. It's a good idea.
It will send a strong signal to the guys in India to stop their nonsense, because we have no Eka Chakra. You just imagine all of us here. We have no temple. We have no Eka Chakra, no Navadip, no Naraswata.
I thought in Ashram Maharaj, do we still have Eka Chakra? No sound.
It belongs to Kesto. It's being controlled by Kesto right now. And he won't allow the Samadhi Mandir.
Kesto leaves Jagannath Puri and went to the Eka Chakra, and he's taking control of that.
Yeah.
When Niriha Maharaj went to start to do the Samadhi of Srila Charadev, he stopped it.
Yes, Maharaj. So all our temples are being stolen by all these people, and the world has contributed to the buildings with all their service and hard work and sweat. But now they've been stolen, you see. So we need somebody who can we trust that can help us to, keep the temples. At least when we go to India, we have somewhere to go. Now all of us seems like we have to live in a hotel or something like that. So it's sad. Your suggestion of we going there as a team, I think it's a great idea too. See what we can think in this line, Mara.
But if there is an official line to say that this is our man in India, then at least something is there.
Yes.
Ashram Maharaj, can you turn on your sound? I cannot hear anything.
Yes. Mongol Maharaj gave us one date, no? Can you remember that date?
And Mongol Maharaj, what he said?
Mongol Maharaj said to us that after this date, the Santo Maharaj will be expelled from the mat.
Yeah, that's easy to say, but
no, I know, but he said some date, and then we did not put so much attention, but we said, okay, when is that date? Then he said, the date is such and such, March 21st or March, I don't know which date he gave. He gave some date. Then now the date is coming, and we will see.
Yeah.
But which date? Do you remember?
No, but I remember one saying that said, if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride.
Anyhow, in our few meetings that we have had with the primary board trust, he repeatedly said, don't worry.
Yeah,
it's going to be out.
He didn't
outside.
say don't worry. He said this will happen, but I don't know if it will happen. But anyway, well, Mahalakshmi's idea is to have Niriha Maharaj on the Acharya board. Then it can show that the Acharya board can make Acharyas. That is the idea. So who is voting member of the Acharya board? That we can discuss. And the Acharya board has so far been almost good for not so many things, but we will see. I think
anyone can be member of the Acharya board.
Well,
there is not so much how do you say, importance given to the Acharya board. If you see, there is not so much importance given in the Acharya board in the will of Srila Govinda Maharaj. But the most importance he gave to in his will. Maybe some other person may have another idea, but Srila Govinda Maharaj's will or idea in his will was to make this organ or this trust,
primary trust board.
Yes, in order to deal with the administration of our mission.
So then somebody can say, well, why did Acharya Maharaj not give importance to the final trust board? And I will say, because on the final trust board was some members like persons who were not working with Acharya Maharaj. So then he didn't give so much importance to those persons. But now they have all resigned. Except Avadhu Maharaj, Avadhu Maharaj helped at the Samadhi. So Avadhu Maharaj did not resign, but others resigned. So then we put Nariha Maharaj on that final trust board. But still the final trust board has not been able to do anything really, right, Maharaj? Because we have the problem of these people being active and making trouble. And the final trust board can only make some declaration, but cannot really...
We said, yes, we have, whether or not we have many members of our original mission, gather, those who are followers of Srila Acharya Maharaj, and those who are persons of good faith, who can understand things simply, not elaborated or complicated things, but those who can follow simply the advice of our Gurudev, then we are a lot of people in the world. We may not be able to do so much in India. You are saying, you were just suggesting that we should go to India. All right. But it doesn't matter if we can do something in India or not. We are a lot of people around the world. And for sure we can organize ourselves and decide what to do besides these fellows.
Yes, that's what I said, that we should discuss what Acharya Maharaj wanted to do and trying to do that positively. But on the other hand, Srila Govinda Maharaj says, I'm not so worried about the West. And I can even consider Singapore and other places to be like part of the West, because it's not India. So Govinda Maharaj said, I'm not worried about the places outside. He said, I'm not worried about other places, I'm worried about India. Because he had the idea that things will go okay in all the different countries, like whether it's in the United States or Singapore or Mexico, things are going relatively okay. Maybe in some places you have two different camps. You have your camp and somebody else's camp. That is kind of normal. That goes on everywhere. But still, your places, you have some programs going. And it's not like somebody's trying to close your programs or stop you from working. So at least in all the countries around the world, the programs are going on. But if you look like what Govinda Maharaj said, I'm worried about India. And you can understand why he's worried about India. Because things are going on very difficultly. So I like what Acharya Maharaj is saying. He says, we can all try to do something and we can make some decision, even if we are not in India. We could try to make some decisions and do things. But we also have to be able, that's what I'm saying, yeah. It is good. We want to keep all the mission running all over the world, whether it's America or Ecuador or whether it's Mexico or Peru or whether it's in Singapore or Malaysia. We want all those places to go. And we want them to go according to the desire that Acharya Maharaj had for those places. Okay, I agree with that. And I don't know what will happen in Mexico, but I'm saying if we can collectively make our voices known, that will have some importance. Because even if we make Acharya Maharaj on the Acharya board, it's not going to change what these people say and do. They don't really care. They don't really care what Guru Maharaj said. They don't care what Govinda Maharaj said. Santa Maharaj, he doesn't care what Acharya Maharaj says. He only cares what his Guru, Puri Maharaj, says. You know? Maybe
Also, we are taking time.
Okay, I'm going to finish now, and I'll keep my mouth closed now.
Jai.
Dandavat pranams to everyone.
I have to leave. My program is late.
We're all leaving.
Okay. Dandavas. Jai Sri Lavakti Pavan Janarda Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sri Lavakti Kushungadra Maharaj ki jai. Jai Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivaraja Kachari Varya Stotara Satasi Simat. Sri Lavakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj ki jai. Jai Vishnupat Paramahamsa Parivaraja Kachari Varya Stotara
Jai Bhakti Kila Nariha Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Sri Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sri Lavakti Raksha Kasila Siddhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sevaki Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Todas las glorias a los devotos reunidos ki jai. Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Jai Sadhu Maharaj.
Bhakti Bandha Puri Maharaj ki jai.
Jai. And Sadhu Maharaj Bhakti to
Bhaktinandan Sadhu Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
We see you next week. See you in the virtual parikrama. We try to make them with Zoom also.
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
Thank you. Dandavad.
Dandavad.
Prabhu, Dandavad pranams.